The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
What is up, people?
Now the chick's about to kick off this party looks wet. Let's take it back to straight hip-hop and start it from scratch. I'm about to bloody this jack up, everybody get back. That's why my pin needs a pad, cause my rhymes on the back tag. It's like I did with a Dixon, I'm about to
kick it.
like a magician, critics that turn up.
Kick it.
I don't see
The
any.
fuck is up, everyone? That was
Hey.
Mike's request that we start off with a little Eminem. What's up, Sarah?
Haven't heard anything
Sarah's been
from Rod
busy.
yet. I would assume he would start talking shit really quickly.
No, he probably left.
If anybody has their kids nearby, please censor this. I don't know where it's going tonight. Brad's in a mood.
Put your headphones on. This is NFG. Everyone know what NFG stands for? Since this is our inaugural kickoff webinar. That's it, Sarah.
That's right.
Yep, George knows it. Pappy's.
Right, Papa D.
Awesome. So for anyone that does not know, NFG is kind of our brand of SEO, and it stands for no fucks given, not no fucking good, because it does fucking work, and it works really fucking well. But stands for no fucks given. Really get around from the paralysis by analysis type thing, throw shit at the wall. Not telling you go out and throw shit at the wall with your first client, but, you know, maybe be a little more cordial with that. But, you know, just stop giving a fuck and start doing and start getting results. When I know for me, when I got that through my thick head, I started really seeing success. So
Super big and thick, so it's like it was hard for him to get it through that skull.
exactly, yeah. So
See.
Kentucky Fried Google, what up? So just so we get a feel for the room, I know it looks like people are still piling in. So we can get a feel for the room. What's everyone doing as far as online marketing or making money? Or
Are you doing client work, lead generation? Are you white hat? Do you consider yourself gray hat, black hat? Alan, shut up. We don't care.
Alan's maps master, right?
Right. He's a bad person. That I
Lucas says black hat.
Yeah.
Whatever color hat gets you results. I really like green hat, to be honest. So that's it, Tim. Took the words out of mine. Tim got in right before. It's all about what you can do to make money and everything. So white hat, small, just starting. That's good, Jennifer.
He loves you.
How long have you been doing it, Jennifer?
Like, I don't know what's wrong with that. There's a problem if someone loves you, dude.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for you, Jennifer, but I very much appreciate it. Trying to find clients for client-based SEO, but having trouble due to small geographic areas. Where are you based, Rob?
I'm in a tiny, tiny spot, dude.
Yeah.
There's not more than 2,000 people out where I'm at.
Oh, you're in MA? Yeah, I know quite a few people in MA right now, Rob. Actually, a few people in here. I assume you're not in the Boston metro then, huh? Or is MA Maine? Yeah, the MA is Massachusetts, right?
I think so, dude. It's about that time.
ME would be Maine.
I'm not sure what CA stands for.
Yeah, Canada or California. Ah, it's Maine. Yeah, so ME is Maine. Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah, Massachusetts sucks. I didn't say it. Dominic did. North Boston, Western Mass now. Yeah, I would just, I would even set up some sites in like the Boston area, if it were me.
What do you have going on right now with yourself trying to get some clientele, man? Like, what are you doing to make it happen? I'm talking to you, Rob. Yeah, Poppy, that's where it's at.
Yeah, if you just, I'm assuming you speak French, but yeah, just go out and find some offers and throw up keywords. I never do much foreign just because I don't want to have to worry about the translation. But yeah, it's from what I've heard, it is quite a bit easier.
Tell him to target Portland. Lots of business there is not. go and target all of Jeff's stuff.
Oh,
So-
I've got some big news to tell you too, Mike. We'll talk about it with the mastermind, but about Christine with some affiliate stuff. So
you do some cool
but
stuff.
I can't. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much here. Some opportunities for some members maybe. So we've been slammed lately. So anyone mess with Black Hat Android apps plus ranking them for various keywords? I've never done much with apps, but you just rank pretty much anything. You ask me that every time, Sue. Yeah. We'll go over that at some point. We'll have an affiliate session. So, but yeah, I got into it a little bit. But as far as NFG goes, we're about as far from guru as you could get. You know, we don't really buy into that whole thing. We don't have to do the webinars. We don't have to sell the products or anything like that. Because Mike and I, when we started doing courses and live events and stuff like that, we really set it as a goal to never make more from that type of stuff than we do from actually practicing what we preach. So that's always been a goal of mine. I try and always make more money that way, and I feel like that keeps me honest and keeps me in the game. Honestly, what I found, yeah, doing the teachings, yeah, it's always more money too, but doing the teachings has really helped me to step up my game because it allows me to explain things and think about how I could do things better, and it also brings other people up, which pushes you even further, and then
Absolutely.
people find cool shit and bring that to you. So it's all like it's all synergistic when you get going. So
Community we have with JK has turned into a pretty amazing place with some amazing people that are inputting amazing things and helping everyone grow. So that's what NFG is about. It's about family, just like what Sarah just said. It's about family.
yeah, we've even had a few people hit their first 5-figure months, which is badass. So that's no chump change.
I'm a chump.
So what do you guys want to hear in future webinars before we dive into it? Because we still got people rolling in. Everyone's late like every other webinar, but that's fine. We'll probably have people pop on and off here. Everything. What do you guys want to focus on? I actually have a form too if you guys want to.
Give them the form. Let them have
Yeah,
the form.
check that out. You guys go to nfg.com/suggestions. There's a nifty little form here. Just throw your email in here. This doesn't go to Aweber or anything, so I'm not going to spam you. If I wanted to spam you, I already would have. That's probably why some of you are on here. It's not spamming if it's helpful, right? That's what I tell myself. But just, throw your email in here. Throw, some suggestions, make line items, do, what would really help you to take it to the next level personally and professionally that we can talk about. That can be like ranking sites, getting clients, affiliate, anything like that. We want to keep these webinars going. We're going to need stuff like that, and we're going to need input from you guys, or at least to keep them relevant. We're going to need input like that. So this is all kind of housekeeping stuff, getting out of the way before we get into the meat and potatoes. But I really wanted to mention that and like have this community-driven aspect going. So
There's a question about proximity marketing, and I have been on proximity marketing campaigns, but it's not something that's anywhere near a focus of ours right now, unfortunately. So
also, anyone that hasn't joined the Facebook group, I'm not logged in here. That's why they're giving me these annoying messages. But feel free to hop on there and interact. And we have a link in here somewhere to the private group. It doesn't cost anything. Everyone can join, but I really want to start building that community up too, because like I said, it accelerates us and it accelerates everyone else within the community. So just keep that in mind. Facebook.com/NFG SEO.
We're talking about mass page building rankings, and that is all a part of what we do, but it's only one part of what the system really should be. So it's a great place to start, and we will definitely be talking about software or something at some point, but don't focus solely on it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to build out my first mass build site tomorrow. So that'll be fun. So All right, you wanna get into everything, Mike?
I think we should.
I'll bring a Word doc up for notes. So, is anyone here heard of the 3 T's of SEO?
What are the 3 pillars of SEO really right now? Who knows what this? Who knows what they are?
I'll type them in once people start. There we go.
Traffic, titties, freaking Warren.
Is that Warren? Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's
Traffic,
see.
trust, and theme.
Theme. If I could spell. And trust.
Active links. I love that comment.
That's perfect.
That is part of traffic.
All right, so we wanted to start this off, and we're going to get to the one of the best pieces of literature in SEO, in my opinion, that's ever been written. The diagrams are a little outdated, and people in the webinar know what I'm talking about, but I know there are quite a few new names on here. So exactly, Sarah, exactly. We're going to mention that, and everyone's going to leave here with homework. So whether you do it or not, but read this piece of literature a few times. Don't pay attention to the diagrams, which we'll get into a little bit later. But it all kind of goes back to the pillars of SEO, which is traffic, theme, and trust, in my opinion. Once you understand that and understand how to implement it, you're just going to elevate your SEO game to a new level, no matter where you are right now. No matter if you've been doing SEO for a long time or you're just coming into it. If you're just coming into it and you start with this as a foundation, like I wish I had, like back in the day. So
And there are a few people at least that have mentioned that they're brand new and they're just starting. So this is what you want to be focusing on. Let's talk about why that is. Why is theme important? There's many reasons, and let's see what you can throw out there.
why do a lot of
Especially if you told me you were new, why is theme important? Because at a fundamental level, is an unthemed user going to buy your product or fill out a lead form? At the
seeing a lot of
basic fundamental level, a non-themed user is not going to buy. There's not going to be money there, right? Everyone's answering relevancy, and that's the other aspect of it. Theme is absolutely important from a search engine standpoint because of the relevancy of the linked edges and the documents that are linking to each other. Absolutely. But when it comes down to it, when you start looking at traffic and theme together, what I like to look at is the money behind it. And you're not going to make money if you don't have themed traffic. It's just not going to happen, right? Maybe it will, depending on what you do, I guess. Targeted people.
Exactly, and this all goes back to, at least in my opinion, remember when I first got started in SEO, is when PBNs, old school PBNs, PR, if for any of you that don't know, that's PageRank, was still big. So you go out and buy a few PR3, PR4 sites. Didn't matter if they were shit or not. They could be about dinosaurs, you know, and you could be ranking a plumber. You'd send a few links over, exact match, and you'd rank, right? Google's, you know, smartened up quite a bit, and actually this piece of literature was out way before that technique was relevant. That's why I love it, because it's kind of ahead of its time for the most part.
I think it should be called timeless. And people are asking about what's working now and in the future. And traffic, theme, and trust, and what is written in this piece of literature is absolutely timeless. Techniques, tricks, tips all change. When you have traffic theme, you get trust with some other stuff thrown in there to build the trust. And you have a recipe for conversion, which is ROI, which is keeping clients happy, making money off of your lead gen campaigns and your affiliate campaigns.
Exactly. And I mean, in my opinion too, did we say that we had a lot of white hat people in here? Not many, or
shout out the white hats again. Shout out real quick again.
Give me a white hat in there. In the
No, you're not. You never have been.
Alan doesn't wear hats. Half hat, whitish, white hat. You're not white hat, Christine.
It really comes down to giving Google exactly what they want, no matter what hat you wear. And especially on that tier 1, you give them exactly what they want. And that's why it should be like a rainbow colored hat, and that's the one I wear.
Yeah, and my thing with the traditional white hat, like strict by the books white hat, if you build content, they will come. Hopefully people will magically come across it and share it and it'll go viral or whatever. That takes forever. If you've got a client, they're paying you good money, then I mean, you're not going to get them results and you're not going to keep them on as a client. You have to actively be building a campaign, and just by that definition, you're really not white hat if you're actively building links or going out and getting links. At least in my opinion,
The best clients are, in my opinion, are the ones that have had a white hat working for them for quite some time, and they have a solid, nice base, and then they have something for you to come in and just skyrocket up into the air for you. And they get happy and they make more money in month one. And so that said, again, tier one, what you're doing, certain things that you're doing are absolutely white hat tactics, and they should be, because it's exactly what Google wants to see, and they want you to be transparent and show them that. That's where this traffic comes from. They love to see traffic on crap. So it's okay to be white hat, but it's also important to realize that Google breaks a lot of freaking rules themselves, and if you're stuck in that, like, I'm going to do what their terms of service says mindset right now, I want you to start thinking in a little bit different way, where it means that you're going to protect everything that you're doing if it's an important brand, and you're going to do what you need to do underneath that to make money.
Exactly. Yeah, and on the opposite spectrum, someone that considers himself completely black hat, just spamming the shit out of stuff. I used to love to do that. That's how I used to rank Amazon listings in Google, is I would spam it with like 10,000 links and it would rank. Maybe like 20,000 depending on my list at the time. But that really doesn't work, at least in my opinion, or from what I've seen. Maybe some people can still get GSA to work. I just stopped using it because I can do this, have the same effectiveness, rank like a $10,000 a month client with like 4 or 5 themed PBNs that are cheap. I'm not going out and buying $4,000 or $5,000 PBNs. I can go out and rank a client site with very little effort and make them happy. So I'm not spamming it. I'm not black hat. I'm not white hat. I just do what I do to make money, keep the clients happy, keep them paying.
Brad generates traffic, trust, and theme. That's what Brad generates.
Yep. So what's everyone in here know what a traditional PBN is, like what that looks like, and what they used to do? Post yes or no if you know.
It's a no. So.
Yes. Yeah, cool. So I'm glad we do have a few no's. So
people are you're glad they're not.
Well, it gives me something to talk about, I guess. But I just like to just keep talking. I talk to a wall sometimes when no one's around. I digress. But yeah, so the traditional one would be you buy like I said, buy something based on strictly metrics, no theme, anything like that. You buy something strictly on metrics, you throw a crappy WordPress theme on it, which I still use crappy WordPress themes, but I make them look halfway decent. And you just make a post. So you've got a dentist client, you make a post out to your dentist client. You've got a chiropractor, you make a post out to your chiropractor. You've got a, I don't know, what's another one? HVAC guy, you make a post out to your HVAC guy, just real general themed, or generally themed PBNs that may have traditionally been like a, previously been like a Thai food restaurant, and it makes no sense to do it, where that used to work, but in my experience it doesn't anymore, and people still ask, can you rank with like the $10 domains? And yes you can, but you just got to know what you're looking for. But yeah, once all this clicked, Kenny left. What the heck? It must be an accident. But once you get this going, once you build out actual sites, I try and look at it as resurrecting businesses. I look for sites I can rebuild, and I can make them into their own money sites. So if you've got a network of money sites, think about how dear a money site is to you. And once you get this concept in your head, once it clicks, it'll make things a lot easier. If you treat everything as a money site, then it's a lot easier to rank your actual money site because you're making money everywhere. We'll probably get into this further in another webinar, but once you get that in your head and you treat everything like a money site and you push everything up, it's going to strengthen your whole campaign. And the whole time, what do you think what do you think is going to happen if you push a site that you've bought and you rank it, but it's linking over to your site? And the ultimate goal is to rank your money site, but this is a supporting site. What do you think is going to happen if you rank that? Traffic, exactly, Sarah. And if you go out and buy something in your niche, what do you think you have? Because I highlight everything.
That conversion.
An asset. Yeah, you got theme if you buy it with the same theme that your client is. I just got a new client last week. I think Friday they signed on or sent over the first payment. So I got to started working Friday afternoon, and immediately I started finding themed sites for them that I could use, and I could sell them traffic too. I actually got a percentage of their income somehow. They agreed to it, but
Wonderful.
I'm not going to ask questions. They said yes, and I said okay. So that makes sense for me to build that up. So every site in my network is a money site. Is the way I look at it.
It doesn't matter what tier it's at. Everything that you put up, if it costs you a yearly fee or a monthly fee, it should be paying its own rent. And so a couple people said this stuff, but everything that you throw up should pay its own rent. There should never be anything up that you're paying for that isn't paying its own rent or making profit. And it just comes down
to exactly. How many sites? 100, 1,000. Jennifer, for this particular campaign, right now, I have special ways of generating traffic with sites, but which is more of a live event setting type thing. But for this specific campaign for ranking, I'll probably end up with like 5. I mean, if I really have to push it, it'll be 10, but I really have to use 10 because I mix in 2.0s and stuff like that. But yeah, way less than 100 or 1,000. But yeah. I don't have to have huge hosting accounts. I just have a few sites per customer. Then if I can sell them on extra traffic, and I turn a paying SEO client into a PPL client because I can sell them extra leads. That's just more money for very little additional effort. So, and then of course trust. Where's trust came? You want to explain trust a little bit because that's one that's harder to understand.
What is trust?
In this sense, what is trust?
Don't say trust, Greg, or I'll smack you. Just give me your idea. What the hell is trust? Link to good neighbor.
Damn, Sarah got it. She's on point. Yeah.
Andy's all like, bam.
Yeah.
Authority, proximity, distance. Yes, distance is a huge part of it. What else is a huge part of it that you see at the top of that Word document?
Giving Google what they want.
I know what they want. She doesn't admit it in public, though.
Yeah, I know.
Traffic is a huge part of establishing trust. And when we say traffic covers a whole bunch of crap like usage and engagement and conversion. But a lot of that establishes trust as well. So you've got traffic establishing trust. You've got the distance and proximity to trusted sets establishing trust, right? That essentially is trust. It's the usage of the site and some other stuff thrown in to the algorithm, all mixed together. A natural looker, right, Sarah?
Yep. Too bad. Yeah. So what's going to happen if someone goes to your site and they just completely bounce immediately? It's not going to be very trustworthy, is it? User engagement goes into trust. Distance to an authority site in the niche goes into trust, and maybe Mike and I can go over. You think we can dissect that patent at some point, Mike?
Yeah, maybe with that.
Everyone,
that might not be a bad idea. We can throw him that that article too if you want that one that we wrote or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll just have a at some point in the near future, maybe we can have a patent dissection webinar or something, because you get a lot out of that when you can actually read it in the patent, because Google can't hide that. They actually have to say it, so maybe we can do that. I know some people in here have seen it. But
Lucas brings up some stuff that a lot of people miss, and also basically when traffic is logged into certain accounts are using certain things, there's more verification of certain things, but it is not necessary. But it does open up a huge set of marketing processes that you can use if they are logged into their account. And those are just webinars upon webinars in and of their own once they're logged into their account and they've hit your site once. So, but yeah, essentially traffic that is verified, called that verified traffic. There's more than one way to have traffic be verified, but verified traffic's definitely, in my opinion, going to be worth more than unverified traffic. But if it doesn't convert, again, it's not going to be worth as much as that traffic that does convert, because the ultimate reason to have theme is so they buy crap and spend stuff and make you money.
Yep. Yeah, that would be a good webinar to have in the near future. We're going to go over some stuff that we're going to have coming up too. Also, keep in mind that we are having a live domain giveaway as well. I'll go and find one of these 3T sites for someone in the audience, maybe 2 people if you ask nicely. But
scheduled, yeah.
What's that?
I said I think we have it, the number set up for 2 for the generator. So it's going to pick 2.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Oh yeah, we did pick. Yeah. So what we're going to do at the end is give everyone instructions on how to enter, and we've got 2 random numbers picked, and it's not going to be like the first person or the second, first and second. It's going to be like number 1 and number 30, or number 40 and number 70, something like that.
And we ain't going to give you a hint.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what the numbers are right now. So Mike picked them earlier. So when I was saying those, it's well, you couldn't time it anyway. But anyway,
right.
So do you want to get into the homework? Give me a homework, #homework, or hashtag, or whatever you want to throw. Carol says whatever.
I think it's been a decade plus since I first read this this piece of literature. So
anyone ever heard of Revenge of the Mininet?
Those of you who
give me a yay or nay if you have.
There's a no's and yeses. Just what I thought.
Cool. It's a really good mix.
It is basic training. It is timeless in my opinion, and it is exactly what, if you're new, read it. Again, don't follow linking diagrams that you find in this document.
Yeah, let me show them an example of what you don't want to follow, because this was written, like this diagram, I believe is good. Any of the on-page stuff is good. Any of the external, like interlinking between sites and doing the, let me find the link wheel. When he shows link wheels, just don't do a connected link wheel, because they used to work very, very well, like this mini site, all the way around and connect it. I don't connect my mini sites right now.
Certain things, but they're not going to, don't go out and do it unless you know exactly what you're doing and where you're doing it. So don't follow the external linking models in this document. This document is more for you to really understand relevancy, how things fit together, and get your head around that, and get your head around the fact that everything should pay for itself. And
exactly. Also, as you're building links, you should start thinking about the way the writer lays it out. You should start thinking about, the biggest thing in my opinion is theme. Like when I heard about this, Mike had told me about this, or back in the day, I think it was actually Mike told someone about it and he told me. I hadn't actually met Mike yet, but I read through it. Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever. This is neat. And then, I practiced a lot more. I had time to, or I was finally to the point where I could quit my day job. So I quit my day job. I had time to focus on SEO full time. I said, I've been practicing for about 6 months to a year, just like very, very intensely. And I went back and read it and I was like, holy shit. Like, why didn't I pay attention to this more back in the day? So read it. If you've already read it, please read it again. It's not that long. It's not as long as it even looks here. I think this says like 60 pages or something. Yeah, but like the last 40 pages or something is like an interview. So
there's a comment about we want link to be contextual. And that contextual links are great, but when you start to look at theme of the document and then traffic, you can offset certain things. So yes, we do love contextual links, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a contextual link when you are doing external stuff. So
Exactly.
you do want validation on everything, everywhere that you can have it.
Anything specific you want to say about Revenge? All I can say is read it and
No, it really is
ask questions.
it really is a read it and ask questions in the group or on page. You really need to understand how these different relevant topics can actually be distantly related to each other. Although, like right here, when it says birds and posters, you really want to learn how to make everything relate to each other. It's ultimately going to open your eyes to a lot more opportunity.
Like what if you're trying to rank your local SEO site, and you know, when I try and rank a local SEO site, when I go out and find it, what kind of sites do you think I look for if I'm trying to find relevant sites, if it's for an SEO site? What type of directories and stuff do I look through to find older sites? Got tech.
Some of you new people answer the question.
Yeah, if you're trying to rank like Denver SEO, like what kind of linking domains would I want if I'm going to go out and, you know, buy an old PBN and stuff like that?
Denver sites.
Yeah, local's good. What I've had success with SEO is actually marketing, taking it up a broader level, because at the core, you know, SEO, online marketing, if you find an old marketing firm that you can recreate their site, then you can pull some traffic with that. Then I theme out the site with Denver, the metro area, and all that stuff.
Remember,
So,
we're thinking of traffic when we're finding the sites as well. We're not just thinking of the relevancy. We're thinking of all three T's. So keep that in mind. So when you have a situation where there's an old marketing site that has links out there from various places that have, you know, then you get into like log link matching, which we talked about the other day or whatnot, and then you start to make everything re-energized, and you start to see traffic on that site, you know, day 2 and 3. So and then the organic traffic starts to flow again, and then it's a very powerful link for your actual domain. So there's lots to think about, but it's actually very simple. It comes down to those 3 T's. But make sure you keep all 3 in mind when you are looking at sites.
exactly. Exactly. And
Another exercise, seriously. Like, let's pick what niche? Let's go with something obscure. Let's do something Corey does, like car wraps.
yeah, like car wrapping. Everyone know what a car wrap is?
Well, how about body repair and everything? So auto body. So what's some stuff that you might want to pull for auto body?
I know where I would go first. Maybe find some sites with SEMA links. Car blog, car dealer, car forums would be very good. Anyone ever think, like, anyone in here that think forum links are good or bad? Either way, give me a good or bad right there.
Great. Yep.
Yep. You can spam the shit out of forums, but if you find some really good forums, you can, I mean, those links can still be getting traffic. So if you're doing local theming, do you guys still master your sites with multiple?
That comes into micro siloing
locations?
and things like that. I mean, when you're doing multi-location stuff, you're just taking it and breaking it down into micro siloing and various other things.
So yeah, when I'm building out a mini net is what I call my PBN network for a client. What I'll do is I'll theme it out locally, or I might theme it out in, you know, elsewhere in the niche. And then some of them combined, so I'll just mix them up. Like if I'm doing 5 sites, I'll have one that's specifically for, like, if I'm trying to rank dog walker Denver, I want to have a site that's all about dog walkers in Denver, the best dog walkers in Denver, whatever. Another one might be just about like a certain kind of dog or a breed of dog. Another one might be about like various clubs, gatherings around Denver, stuff like that. You can do that. Or you can have something about dogs that's in like Indiana. Like maybe the site that you found was all about Indiana and then keep mentioning Indiana, but it's about dog walkers in Indiana. Perfect link, right? Except it's not the location. So just build out in Indiana and send your link over.
And
yeah,
then
local pet shelters, pet rescue, stuff like that would be good, Tasha, in that case.
you can definitely start to push in local relevancy and niche relevancy in different locations throughout everything that you're doing. So, like you said, if it's Indiana, don't worry about it. You still have opportunity to push in local relevancy.
It's still relevant. Yeah, and the thing I like to post, like if I build out an Indiana one, but I'm actually trying to rank someone in Colorado, I'll say, hey, check out this new location we built. And or we just opened our Denver location, and I'll post like a map of the address, include the name, address, phone, the NAP, include the link over, all that stuff. Like it makes complete sense. If someone actually comes to that site and sees it, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense that this would be here. It's logical. I try and be logical, but keep it as simple as possible. Is that making sense to everyone? Like why you want to actually go out and find thematically relevant links? I know a lot of people are doing this or trying to do this with guest posts right now. Guest posts are still okay. They're a little broad for me in many cases, but I do still use guest posts, so I don't want anyone to think I don't. I use them, as part of an entire campaign, but primarily this is what I do. And when we get into the domain giveaway, do you have that link, by the way, Mike?
Yeah, I do. I'll drop it in when it's time. Lucas, we find I don't like there are brokers that there's a couple brokers that I don't mind that are private, but realistically, we're finding our sites ourselves.
Always find mine myself.
We are looking for very specific things in our domains,
And what is just a quick question? What's the minimum DA and trust flow that you think I usually go for with the site if I'm looking?
Good question.
Doug got it.
Yep, Doug was the first one to say it. Cliff said it.
15, 10, 30, 20, 20, 100, 100. Yeah, that's what I go for. If I can find 100 trust flow, Tim, I'm buying it.
Yeah, I buy those all the
$10.
time, dude.
Yeah.
100.
Exactly.
100.
I do not care as long as the themed links are there. So if you've got a theme site with themed content, you've got themed links coming in, you're just building this big ass ball of the 3 T's once you build it out for traffic. Yeah, exactly. NFG, Adam. I honestly never, like I can't say never. I probably brought it up once or twice in the last year, but hardly ever bring up Majestic or Open Site Explorer anymore.
Only
I use Ahrefs just because
there's reasons for it, but not for domain acquisition.
Yeah. Anyone know why I use Ahrefs above all the others?
Ba-ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, that is a good reason, Doug, but that's not what I'm going to say here. Ahrefs equals amazing. Yep, exactly. Dominique got it. The best link history. They seem to find more links than all the other tools that I've seen. So I want to see what's actually there. Actually, I find a lot of social and 2.0 stuff. Like if you just Google like the URL, like I found a bunch of Behance and stuff like that the other day with the domain that I just bought. But yeah, by far they're, in my opinion, better than. I know they're better than OSE. OSE couldn't even say that Ahrefs.
I think that it's necessary if you really are going to look at a profile to look at least Majestic and Ahrefs together, because Majestic does a better job of historical.
Yeah, if you want to see what it used to do. Now, the 3 tools I typically use are Ahrefs, screenshots.com. Yeah, I'll use SEMrush sometimes, and I'll use archive.org to make sure they weren't used for anything spammy or, foreign language at some point that I don't understand. So if I don't understand it, I go past it. How can you justify paying $100 a month for Ahrefs when you can only check 25 domains a day? I pay $175, Lucas. Find a group buy, to be honest. That's a little more black hatty than the group buys, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, grab a group buy or two, and you can get it for like $5 to $10 a month, I think. Anyone know a group buy that's good in here? I'll post it.
Who said it? I know.
Yeah, SERP.net, that one has access to all of them. I've heard that's a little slower, but it's still good if you have it. SEO tools, Sarah says. So check out SEOgroupbuy.com. Doug says is a good place. So just go grab that and do it. Yeah, I'm checking like, I typically do the bulk check, but I check 200 at a time with the 175 a month. But I use that shit, like it saved me so much money in expensive ass PBNs that I don't have to buy. So yeah, SEO Tool Club, Sarah said. So everyone gonna read Revenge of the Mini-Nets then?
Reread it. It's been a long time, seriously.
Exactly. I'm actually gonna reread it tonight probably, just so I don't miss anything.
If you're wanting to future-proof, this is how you start future-proofing, is thinking along the lines of what's going on in here. There's other things that you need to take into consideration, like, you know, how RankBrain does quality score disambiguation, decision-making, and all this crap. It all comes down to it, you know. But then this is the basis of how you start to feed RankBrain what it needs, right? So for every part of the algorithm, no matter what part of the algorithm you're trying to freaking play with, it comes back down to this. And it also comes down to this when it comes to making money, because without the theme traffic, you are not making money. We're going to give you the link.
Yeah, I'll post a link. You can run a search for it, but I'll post the link. I've already got a page set up when I post the replay of this. If Mike ever sends it to me.
I'm going to convert it tonight for him for the first time. Usually I'll take 2-3 weeks, but I'll convert it tonight.
Yeah. Also, just housekeeping type stuff. Is everyone in here in the Facebook group or no? Because I want to get a community together, but not sure if that's what everyone's preferred method is. The alternative would be Skype, but that kind of caps out at 300. So I've gotten stuck there. Just joined, yes.
So, but they're gonna, for the contest, they're gonna have to hit the page, and it'll send them over to the group after they enter the contest.
Okay, cool. You want to get everyone to enter the contest real quick then while we're still on? We're getting closer to the end of the webinar. Yeah, just kind of after this, I want to give everyone an insight as to what's to come. So
basically, you made me open up an EIN, and that confused me.
Yeah, don't show that EIN to everyone.
I will. I'm just going to post the link in the chat. But basically, if you go over to the fan page, NFG fan page, and like it, and then send a message to this link. Where's the chat?
Facebook.com/NFG SEO. Here, let me.
I'm going to bring up the freaking fan page for him. And in the chat, if you don't know how to use the chat, let us know so we can show. Brad can show you. I'll ping him. You want to put this up there? What I just messaged in that document, real quick, Brad?
Yeah, definitely.
So everyone can see it in the document. Just message us #domain in Messenger, and it'll
do that right now. And we're gonna pick random numbers.
Did
you throw it in the chat to everyone?
I did. All
right, cool. Click on that in the chat.
#domain. Type that out so they know what to type, dude.
Okay. Yeah, go here, go to this link, and send us a message. #domain. And that's it.
That'll get you into
no exclamation points, nothing. It has to be exact.
You only can do SEO if you actually listen to our instructions, so we're only letting you get in there if you do it right.
Even though Mike never listens to my instructions. So.
Well, it depends which day it is of the week, dude, and which.
Yeah, if it ends in Y, then he's not listening.
I shouldn't tell him about
Done.
the leather.
No, please don't. Also, while you're in the group, you can join or request to join. I may open that up to everyone, but right now I'm approving everyone just in case. But I may go ahead and open that up. But there's a group in there. Feel free to post questions in there. Like I said, we could do Skype. I actually prefer Skype, but I do not like that they cap you at 300, and I want this community to thrive, so I don't want to cap ourselves at 300.
It happens too fast.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It makes me cry.
Yeah, Deez, go ahead and head over to this link right here. Mike put it in the chat, and message a tag domain. You'll be in the running for the free domain. We're gonna pick two people, random numbers, and don't worry, we'll post a replay.
And even you all in Mastermind and stuff can enter. We will allow
Yeah,
it.
exactly, everyone.
I'm a girly man, right, Sarah? You've seen me cry, like super real tears, dude.
Chris said, just shows icon, not sure how to message you. Do you click on the icon?
Are you logged into your Facebook account? You can go and just click on, go to the Facebook page too, Brad. Walk them through it. Don't take that. Don't take that link.
Yeah, I won't.
Go to Facebook and go to the page and be logged ass in and say, it's up there where it says send a message.
Yep, up here.
Send a message.
Send a message and do hashtag domain.
So you can either visit the link or you can just go on your phone. You can go on your desktop, whatever. Just send a message through that button if you need to. And we'll enter you. Or it will enter you.
And what I'm going to do there is I'll message you or hit you up and find out what you need it for, find out what your niche is, and we'll find something that's that you can throw up and throw some content up, maybe rebuild it, get it indexed, and then you can use it in your linking campaign or maybe as a money site. Like I said, I treat everything like a money site, so it's kind of a blur there.
Those of you that are new, that are starting SEO, if you have questions, hit that group up. And I want to know, you guys, the new ones out there, you understand what the 3 T's are? Does it make sense to you? I need you to answer, or I will jump around. It's a monkey noise.
Yeah, you can jump around.
All right, at least one person answered. There we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a few people have seen this on that. Yeah.
How's it treating you, Deez? Somebody that's just seen public. Let's see how. Really good. Had a big jump on some terms. Great, man. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Amazes me every time it works as well.
We were just talking about that the other day. One of our larger clients, it was like, in a top CPC niche, top 20 CPC niche, and freaking turn it on before a meeting, and then within 20 hours, there's freaking leads flying in through the door. And stuff.
It's like between 10 and 20 leads, right?
Yeah, for the
legit calls and form submits, all that shit.
It always trips me out, like when it does it every time and doesn't fail when you follow those just simple freaking those simple concepts. They're like, they are pillars. They're straight up pillars: traffic, trust, and fame.
I've thought about hiring a junior high kid and showing him what I do, so I just don't have to come in the office ever. But then what I do, because it really is, once it clicks and you get it, everyone in here I know is smart enough and hardworking enough, because you're taking time out of your thirsty Thursday night and you're coming to this fucking webinar to listen to two like cavemen grunt on a webinar because you want to improve yourself. So you do have the drive to do it. So just put your mind to it and do it.
We've got some. We've been working with someone who's an amazing freaking badass, and you guys, it really the traffic portion of this. As NFG progresses and everything, the traffic portion is freaking insane. There's so much to be done.
Did you want to kind of give them a preview of what's to come?
I don't
Like
know.
the few bullet points? I've got them written down. Does anyone want to hear kind of what we got planned?
We sound like
Very bird's eye.
we wrote this
view.
webinar now.
What's that?
We sound like we wrote this webinar now.
Yeah. I always operate off of notes. Like every day, I keep a running list, so just so I don't miss anything.
Well, during the
Awesome.
day,
So
webinar now. Yeah.
yeah, so we really want to, of course, at the core is SEO and
Specifics.
what?
No super specifics, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. At the core is SEO and driving rankings. Making money is what I like to do. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Maybe streamlining your agency for anyone that's doing client work or wanting to do client work. Honestly, client work, in my opinion, if you need a check and you can go out there and like sell someone, it's the quickest way. Affiliate, you're going to have some, in most cases, affiliate, you're going to have some lag time. You're going to have at least a month or two, but where you could get lucky and go out and sell a client the first day and be like, ah, fuck, what do I do now? But I mean, it doesn't matter. You got a check at that point. You can figure it out, right? So
That's
we're going to
one thing I want to say for you new people. Don't be scared. Sell it. If you're having
sell the shit out of it. Don't if they know that you're doubtful, then they're not going to fucking buy from you. Biggest issue I had when I was first starting out.
in that group, in that NFG group, if you sell something and you're too scared or you think you're not going to be able to do it, then reach out to that group, and I guarantee you somebody that can do it is going to say, hey, let's do it together. And guess
Team
what?
up.
That's the best freaking way to learn is by working
Team
with other
up.
people. That's how I learn. That
Yeah, that's how. Yeah. I learned a fuck ton from Mike, and hopefully he says the same about me since
I
we've
learned
been
from
working.
many people. I learned from Jimmy, Marco. I learned from Brad. I learned freaking people around me. I keep them around because they're freaking brilliant, and it's important.
I make him laugh.
Yeah, you do. But it's not not with you, bro.
I know.
Not you.
Well, hey, a laugh's a laugh, right?
Exactly. I heard that kids laugh like 150 times a day, and grown-ups only laugh 15. Dude, I think we're more children than grown-up, bro.
I think I laugh more than kids.
I think I do too. But seriously, whether it's NFG, whether it's another community that you trust people in, seriously, like don't hesitate to freaking reach out to somebody. And for those of you that are wanting to do pay-per-call and affiliate in the group, start hitting that up and say, hey, I'm looking for an offer. You never know who's going to have an offer that they can have you run or whatnot if you're doing what you're doing.
We've had a few people say they want to do PPL, pay per lead, where you actually sell calls and form submits to companies, which is very viable. That's a huge chunk. Honestly, like we'll get into it when we talk about agencies and stuff like that. But
client work is awesome, but be prepared to pay the tax man. You're right. You could end up cutting giant checks and everything, but that's part of what we are going. There's a lot of documentation, a lot of things that people need to do for their SEO business that there's stuff that I've never heard anybody else talk about that they should have in place when they get to a certain level or get to a certain type of.
How many people in here have liability insurance on their SEO agency? Just curious. It's one thing that we know we have in our agency just because we're scared shitless.
There is. I mean, and Brad's giving away ghosts, but it's important. It's these types of things. It definitely got to get into it if you're going to be running and you're going to be working with certain types of clientele and doing.
We'll go over that.
You need certain documents and certain things in place. So it's just very important if you're going to run a real business. And this is a real business. Even if you're just starting, think of it going out as a real business, not a hobby. If you think of it as a hobby, you're not going to make it. If you think of it as a business, then you're going to freaking seriously, you put your head down, you look around you stick around with people, you freaking implement and test, then you're going to freaking make money. I mean, if you have the head for it, if you can have the self-discipline to sit down and work all day, it's hard not to make money. But I will tell you, like, what's funny is that, like, the majority of everyone I've tried to bring online, they can't do it because they won't sit down and actually just do it. you know?
Yeah, Brett, hit me up privately. We've got a few different solutions that we can send you over to. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
if you're paying tax like that, you need a pretty decent policy, bro. Seriously.
yeah.
Like, get yourself protected now. So yeah, PM Brad.
Yeah, Mike and I talk about it a lot, but I mean, this is comparable to like the huge Wall Street movies in the 80s. I think back to Wall Street with like Charlie Sheen, shit like that. They're making a fuck ton of money. Wolf of Wall Street, all that stuff. We can make money like that. We do make money like that. People in our industry make money like that, and they really don't work nearly as hard, in my opinion at least, as a lot of the Wall Street guys, right?
Brad
So
thinks that because he enjoys his work. I'll tell you that.
that could be too.
Because yes, there are people that work less than others because they systemize in different ways or do different things, and they have a different product they sell. But definitely, I would say it's definitely not like day trading where you're glued to a freaking, and you know, like I guess you're right on the Wall Street thing. It's not like you're glued to that freaking.
The stress level too.
Yeah, and the stress level is completely different.
Especially like once you get rolling, once you get your agency rolling and you can save a little money. Like I know in the beginning it's stressful because like if you've got zero money in your account, you're going to be fucking stressed out.
Dude,
But if you can
Lucas,
get, a couple grand or 10 grand or 20 grand or 30, build it up over time. But then that's when the stress is kind of going to go away. You're going to be able to walk into client meetings, fuck you, pay me. They pay you. You do a good job. They keep paying you. And then you go out and get another client.
Yeah, you know,
set
we'll
up.
do a webinar on the client partnership sometime, dude. And
Yeah.
the client partnership is extremely important if you're doing client work. So we'll definitely get into that. Lucas, I wanted to say, dude, if you you need anything, dude, that statement that you just said about this keeps you off, dude, more power to you, man. Let us know if you need anything, bro. I'd love to hear that shit.
Used to work on Wall Street. I retired.
From a seven-figure.
Yeah, exactly.
That was insane. Exactly.
No, liability insurance isn't expensive.
You
You
know,
can get a $1 million policy for relatively cheap.
there's a question about SEO for MLM businesses, and I've heard some people that I trust. One of the coaches at OMG really was adamant about not doing SEO for MLM because of certain legal reasons. So I would look really hard into SEO for MLM and just make sure in your area you're not going to be getting into any hot water by doing
You got to be careful what you say with MLM programs too, because they can allow stuff when they're not quite as big. Like if you get with someone on the ground floor, I've seen it. Like my first couple web design jobs back when I first started as a designer were MLM companies or whatever you call them. They were MLM people. I built the website for them. All of a sudden, shut it down because I mentioned something about cancer research or I mentioned something about this or this. Like, are you sure you paid for this? Yeah, I have to fucking shut it down. If they find it out.
It's a very legal team intensive thing. So if you're doing it for just anybody that's doing MLM, that would be the wrong place to do it. If you're doing it for the company of the actual project and they have their legal team and they have everything tip top when it comes to legal, then that would be one thing. But I would be very careful with SEO for MLM, and I'm not knowledgeable enough to point you in the direction. I mean, I'm sure we can find it in some searches, but I would really dig into it before you go that route.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, anyone do Facebook in here? It's another thing we've got on the horizon that we're going to hit hard. I know a gentleman that has built his Facebook agency within a month or two, 0 to 25 grand in a month. I think he's way above that now, right? That was like a month or two ago.
Some of the new stuff that's going on, but guys, not just Facebook, anything social, right? Traffic is one of the pillars, right? So anything is something to think about if there's traffic involved.
Exactly. We're going to be diving into that, Christine. It's going to be some cool shit. So what we want, I mean, NFG is at its core SEO, but even further than that, it's traffic because that's what people care about. Traffic and driving leads and keeping the customer happy. Or customer, affiliate, whoever. They're all customers, PPL, whatever. If you've got your own affiliate site, they're all customers, I guess, generally based. But it's all about keeping the person that's paying you happy and just to ensure that they keep paying you. All right, peace out, Alan.
Later, Alan. Talk to you tomorrow, dude.
So yeah, that's just a few things, and also just a quick show of hands. Who might be free in late October to come hang out with us? If we might or might not have an event, not sure yet. Cool.
My kids got home. The night starts.
Your kids bark? Yeah, it's on the East Coast. That's where we're having it this year. If we do have it, but then maybe another time we might do it next year. And we did have an event last year. People were ranking before they hopped off the plane going home. It was really exciting.
Hey, was it? I think Kurt's on here. Wasn't it Kurt that ranked the next day or something like that? Or
was Kurt on here? I didn't see his name. Kurt, are you on here? Wake up.
I think it was him.
No, it's not around. Not around any other event. This is on our own, Doug. That event is already tied to another event, so it's all good.
Hey,
I can make it. I'm on the East Coast.
I really
awesome.
I like seeing people face to face. I love to see the partnerships come out of it. I like even better when it means I get to do something and make money too. So like if I meet people and there's stuff to do, it's always fun. So
and when it comes to this event, the most important thing, of course, we're going to have badass info. I want to top myself every year. If we do have an event this year, it's going to be because I can build on what I did last year, or I can top what I did last year. And then if we have one this year and then next year rolls around, well, can we do another one? Well, I'm not going to repeat the same shit, Yeah,
it's only happening
in the beginning.
If certain things are still going on and still working, but
maybe some Facebook injected traffic might be driving us to do another event. Some cool shit with that. Maybe systemizing and diversifying your SEO portfolio. That might be driving that. Targeting affluent clients.
Almighty line item.
Exactly, and line items. Getting more money.
Systems are where it's at. No, absolutely. Systems have to be there. They don't make sense if there's not a system to implement and pull money out of. Has to be there. That's what makes a freaking event. System.
It doesn't seem like anyone wants to come hang out with us though, Mike. So we might not.
Dude. I don't think. I know,
but yeah. Even though I did meet the most lucrative partner I've ever had at an event. What was that? A few years ago. Yeah.
No, we will do it. We will do a San Diego get together again, Paul. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Sarah
you can't beat the food in San Diego.
Dude, that was a lot of fun. There's recordings of me doing karaoke with Sarah. So it obviously
those haven't been destroyed.
What's that?
Those haven't been destroyed.
I have no idea. I didn't take them. They could be
just come across the pond. We've got a few Land of Oz people over there that'll might be on the same flight if we do an event. I don't know, but late October I might think about clearing my calendar for late October. On the weekend.
I'm trying to get someone in Oz that's terrified of flying to come out this year. There's a bunch of UK coming out too because they just have to. I've told them it's time to get over their fear of flying.
Yep. No balls, no babies, right?
Jeez, I might take you up on that offer one day, dude. Watch out. Yeah, Sarah, that's who took the video. Yeah, it won't
have it before Halloween. Yeah, I don't want to miss Halloween. That's one of my favorite holidays.
I'll be dressed up either, like freaking Fred Flintstone or something else. So.
Yeah, I was going to be the caveman this year, but
I got my picture on my phone still of my whole family, Flintstones and the Rebels. Cool. We're not positive on details. We'll keep everyone posted if we end up doing.
Yeah, we just wanted to get a feel for it. If someone wouldn't mind coming out and hanging out, and I'm not like we said, we're not gurus. We're gonna fucking hang out with you because if people are coming to hang out with us, then we're gonna fucking party. Who in here likes to party or likes to have a drink? All that shit.
Sarah, no way. Really?
I didn't know that. I'll have a drink. First round's on me.
So. You don't know, bro. You got no idea, bro.
Oh, those are good times. Beer and more beer. That's right. So, yeah, so that's kind of what we got coming up. It all circles back around to money. NFG, no fucks given. Fucking take action. Do some shit. That's how you learn. You can read all day, but if you don't implement, then it's not going to fucking help you nearly as much as it could. You might be able to talk about it, but you won't be able to do it. So, Mike, any last words? Did everyone in here sign on to the, like, apply to the free domain that wanted to?
If you got any questions on that? Because we'll post. What we'll do is in the group and in the page, we will post a replay webinar with a link to the document for the literature and everything. But everybody, contest.
You got to be live to be in the contest. So you got to be live and submit it. We're not going to
essentially after we close. I'll give you guys 10 minutes to 15 minutes after the close of the webinar for the domain contest, and then it's going to be shut down. So it's
exactly.
They hung out tonight. It's got to benefit those that were here tonight. So.
Yeah, the links. Can you post that link again real quick, Mike, before we hop off?
Yeah, the one for the messenger.
Starting here. Yeah.
Pull up that doc too. Yeah, pull up the doc you have so they can see.
Yeah, here we go. That's harder to
type in. SEO, yada yada yada. Let me find this. There we
type
go.
in hashtag domain.
And then
later, Tim. We'll be picking someone probably today or tomorrow, Carol. So you don't have to hang out. We'll message you. Awesome. Everyone get that? Because I'm about to close down this bad boy and go watch Game of Thrones.
Boss Baby with my kids.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Multiple entries. I love you, Carol. You got multiple accounts? I don't care. Go, Carol. All right, you guys have a good night.
Awesome.
I'm going to get this converted and over to
Thanks for coming to the inaugural NFG. We'll hopefully have many more if we fucking feel like it, I guess. So, later.